attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance, a full-service corporate securities and business transactions law firm. Today is a special LawCast segment featuring Seth Farbman, chairman of VStock Transfer, one of the nation's leading stock transfer agencies. VStock Transfer services hundreds of publicly traded companies in addition to traditional transfer agent services. VStock provides SEC EDGAR and financial print services related to IPOs, proxy statements, annual reports, notices and services for shareholder meetings, and all aspects of compliance filings. Seth joins us today to discuss public offerings.
Thanks, Laura. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be on a LawCast episode. My name is Seth Farbman. I'm the founder of VStock Transfer. And what I wanted to do today is try to give you a unique perspective in terms of the timeline and the process if you're a company that is trying to list on the OTC exchange. We have a little bit of a unique perspective being in the driver's seat as a transfer agent because we're required, because of the data that we provide and that we maintain, to sort of be involved in every step of the way. So I wanted to outline at first the steps and then focus a little bit on some of the items that I think are a little bit less known, and hopefully this will empower you to be able to go through the process with the correct expectations. So the first step is to file the S-1 registration statement with the SEC. Laura has obviously done many of these, and basically what we're trying to do there is get approval so that your S-1 is effective and approved by the SEC. And usually this timeline is, I would guess, between 3 to 6 months, depending on how many comments you get back from them. Now, after you're effective, what you're going to want to do is engage a market maker to work with you to sponsor what's called your 15C211. The market maker cannot get paid for this service, but you want to find a firm that is experienced in 211s, that has an interest and is willing to sponsor your company and work hand in hand with FINRA to answer any questions that they may have. Now, FINRA is the one that's going to give you your symbol once that 211 is approved. You are able to request from FINRA certain preferences of those symbols, but at the end of the day, they're going to decide for you which one they want to give to you. And then as soon as you get your symbol, most often companies will want to apply for DTC eligibility and then DWAC eligibility. And very often we get that question of what does being DTC eligible allow me to do? So I wanted to just spend a minute and explain that process. If you have a publicly traded and reporting company that does not have DTC eligibility, essentially what you're doing is you're living in the world of paper and certificates. So a shareholder will send a certificate by FedEx to the transfer agent, and the transfer agent will FedEx it to DTC, and they'll process it, or to the clearing firm and then to DTC. DTC will then process it and send it back to the FedEx, back to the transfer agent, and then back to the shareholder. And it's literally a week to 2 weeks of FedEx fees to be able to complete your transaction. As opposed to, if a company is DTC and DWAC eligible, the shareholder can simply initiate the process with their brokerage firm. The transfer agent will deposit those shares electronically directly into your account at Schwab or TD or wherever you instruct them to, and you're done. So by definition, because you're eliminating a lot of that time and the paperwork, you will usually enhance liquidity for the trading of your stock, which is something that most companies are looking to accomplish. Of course, when you're listing on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, it's an entirely different process. Maybe we'll save that for another LawCast. But because the transfer agent plays a critical role in providing some of the material to FINRA, the shareholder data, my goal today was to really empower you to understand the process of what to expect. Those of you that are from New York may recall a gentleman by the name of Cy Sims. He was a famous broadcaster, sports announcer, and had a huge clothing store. And his motto, he kind of became famous for it, was that an educated consumer is our best customer. And so as a transfer agent, we sort of feel the same way. And so I hope I was able to give you a better sense of timeline that will allow you to better accomplish your goals in getting listed. So if you're going down that path, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks again, Laura.
Thank you, Seth, for joining us today. I'm securities attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance and producer of LawCast. Should you have any questions about today's topic, please visit securitieslawblog.com and lawcast.com or contact me directly. Inquiries of a technical nature are always encouraged.